So here we are in Q1, and that means we are off to the races. And what that means is that we are going for even more gold in 2020. Now, if you've been following us for a while, you will know that it is all about the sale. Everything we talk about in our expert profit engine methods loops around the point of sale infinitely. State the obvious, but you would be surprised at some of the answers we get when we first talk to 8-figure B2B clients who want more revenue. And we ask them this question: what is stopping you from selling more? Now, this can be bigger deals, upsells, cross-sells, new business, whatever. And we often get answers that are actually false beliefs. And so coming up are 3 beliefs that 8-figure B2B clients believe are hindering their ability to sell in 2020. Myth number 1, we don't have enough salespeople. Other words for this are, we don't have the resources. Classic phrase, we would be able to knock over more accounts if we had more feet on the ground. Now that may be, but employing is expensive and takes time. So look for hidden gems. Well, employing people is expensive and it takes time. So what we do is we look for hidden gems. In expertise-based businesses, even if you are strapped for salespeople, you have people right now in your board, on your marketing team, who can be more actively involved in sales. Now, getting in more salespeople is really not going to help you if you haven't figured out these basic things, really maximizing the resources that you have already now. So having your employees involved with your visibility and networking is super important, because your competitors will get there first and take your visibility, take your space if you don't. Know that. Myth number 2, that you are doing everything you can. So look, I don't really believe that, and neither do you. You have hidden gems inside your organization, inside yourself. When we get to work, we have sniffed out underperforming salespeople who we find out send 1 email per day. So a few shifts that you can move away from this myth. Extract more from your people. Use your network more. Use your outreach more. Get more people involved. Shift number 2, follow up. I read a stat the other day that 46% of salespeople never follow up. What an almighty waste of time. And what we actually often see is that in-house people are not following up in a methodical way or even doing it at all. Now, before I go on to the next shift, I'd like to tell you a little story, so gather round. In Expert Profit Engine world, we are super inspired by child-parent behavior and child-parent behavior experts. And the bonus here is that you can learn tons about sales and marketing by watching children and parents and watching child-parent dynamics. And a big thing that I have taken with me over all these years is that all of what you learned there overlays amazingly onto business, especially into business relationships. And a key learning that we've taken with us is that you can think about relationships like accounts, like bank accounts. So you have a relationship account with someone. You have a relationship with someone who is your prospect, your client, or your advocate. And the rule of thumb here is that you have to make a deposit of 7 times for each ask that you make. And so if you want someone to buy from you, you need to give them 7 pieces of value before you do that. Now, we call them debts of value. Now, if you've been following us for a while, you'll have seen the give, ask, thank triangle that we use a lot in our methods. Moving on from this is to do better pre-work. Know more about where your prospects are in their head before you talk to them. What kind of buying signals are you getting? Now, if your ears just perked up at that, we have a really cool series of videos coming up all about buying signals, because #psychology is cool. And myth number 3, that they need a better website. We need better marketing tools in order to sell. Now, before we continue, before we move on, I need to ask you one thing. Do I have your permission to be candid about this? And look, if you don't want to hear it, then switch mute now, close your eyes, close your, so you don't hear any evil. Because what I'm going to tell you is that up to a certain point, that is a lot of tosh. There is limited value in any website, any social media campaign, any email campaign, SMS bots, SEO, or anything of that sort in B2B sales. Now, these are fantastic and essential for making initial contacts and for supporting your sales and proactivity. But you can go a long way and do phenomenal business with a simple landing page and free LinkedIn together with a few tricks and ingredients alone. And what we often uncover in our initial detective work is that salespeople simply do not have enough faith in what they are selling. In our experience, you can sell anything with elbow grease, asking the right questions, and listening. There's a reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So moving into Q1, to sell more, you gotta have faith. So with your salespeople, they need to have faith in themselves. If they don't, they may need a vitamin kick. They need to be marinating in their own awesomeness. Your organization may need a shift. You need to be pulling together better. But in my absolute experience, you can get a lot out of a mediocre website, mediocre marketing materials. And you have to be thinking the road to success is always under construction. So you need to be removing hinders, blocks, and obstacles. And the first way to do that is to understand what they are. So removing hinders, blocks, and obstacles is really about understanding what they are. And these are often just false beliefs that can be shifted to more productive beliefs. You are not as unable to sell as you think. Mary Rose Hoya here, where my team and I help 8-figure B2B businesses build cost-effective sales pipelines. And keep an eye out over the coming weeks as we are going all in on buying signals and how to act on them. Keep an eye out for more cost-effective tools and approaches in your expert profit engine coming up in Q1 at maryrosehoya.com.